game day, and I don't know about you, but the energy is absolutely electric. There's something about Monday Night Football that just cranks everything up a notch. And tonight, we've got a matchup that promises fireworks from the very first whistle. The Las Vegas Raiders are stepping onto the field at Allegiant Stadium to face the Los Angeles Chargers. Both teams riding a 1-0 record into this showdown. It's a clash that feels like more than just numbers and stats. It's pride, momentum, and a chance to set the tone for the season. And man, I am hyped for it. I want to see the Raiders dominate tonight, show some real grit, and give a gift to head coach Pete Carroll on his 74th birthday. There's something about celebrating a milestone with a big win that just makes it feel legendary, and you can bet the team knows it too. The energy in that stadium is going to be unmatched. Fans packed shoulder to shoulder, the silver and black everywhere you look, and I can feel the excitement radiating even through the screens. Now, let's talk about the matchup itself, because this is where the intrigue really starts. The Chargers have looked solid so far, a team with high-octane offense and a quarterback who can make any throw under pressure. But the Raiders at home in a dome bring a different kind of chaos, the kind that keeps opposing defenses on their heels. Last time these teams met in a game that really had everyone talking, it turned into a blowout, 63-21, and while I'm not expecting anything near that kind of scoring tonight, the potential for a high-scoring, back-and-forth battle is definitely there. When you've got playmakers on both sides who can flip the field in a single snap, every possession feels like it could end in fireworks. My gut tells me that the Raiders are going to come out swinging. They've had time to study the Chargers, anticipate their tendencies, and they've got a plan to exploit weaknesses that might not be obvious to everyone watching at home. It's the kind of chess match that gets even casual fans on the edge of their seats, because one brilliant play can change the entire momentum of the game. When I break it down, my prediction for this week's clash is a win for Las Vegas, 31-30. It's going to be close, it's going to be thrilling, and it's going to demand everything from both teams. The kind of game where you're leaning forward in your seat every single snap, analyzing routes, watching defensive alignments, and celebrating the big moments that make football so addictive. And if you're the type who likes to speculate, thinking about totals and explosive plays, you're going to want to watch this one closely because playing in a dome tends to open things up. The Raiders have historically performed well indoors. And when you combine that with their ability to move the ball both through the air and on the ground, it sets the stage for an absolute offensive showcase. Let's talk about some of the players who are going to be crucial in this matchup, because understanding the key pieces helps you anticipate just how the game might unfold. First off, Ashton Gentry. Last week wasn't exactly his shining moment. 2 targets for 2 yards, but I fully expect him to bounce back in a big way tonight. The Raiders are going to want to get him involved, get him out into space, and create mismatches that force the Chargers' defense to react. When a player like Gentry is in rhythm, it's not just about his own stats. It opens up lanes for the running game, it forces the defense to account for multiple threats, and it keeps the quarterback from being harassed on every drop back. If Gentry can find his stride and get separation on routes, it's going to have a ripple effect across the entire offense, giving the Raiders more versatility and unpredictability. Watching him work after contact, gaining those extra yards, fighting for every inch, it's the kind of effort that can really swing the momentum. Then, there's Geno Smith, a quarterback who can change the outcome of the game almost single-handedly. Last week, he put up 372 combined passing and rushing yards, and that was on the road in less than ideal weather conditions. Indoors, in a dome, with the crowd behind him and the offensive line holding strong, there's no ceiling on what he could do tonight. Geno has been elite indoors for his entire career. 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions over the past 3 seasons in indoor games, a quarterback rating north of 110. When he's comfortable, confident, and executing in rhythm, defenses have to cover every inch of the field. He stretches the field vertically, he makes smart decisions under pressure, and he has the kind of mobility that keeps defensive coordinators awake at night. Tonight, expect him to put up big numbers, both through the air and on the ground, because the Raiders are going to lean on him as their primary weapon. Receivers are going to matter a lot, too. JAKOBI MEYERS, for instance, has been consistent in past matchups and is poised to be a focal point again tonight. With targets expected to be high and defenses focused on containing the running game, Meyers will have opportunities to make plays that could tilt the game. It's all about exploiting mismatches, running precise routes, and being ready to capitalize on any coverage mistakes. When Meyers is clicking with the quarterback, it's not just about individual yardage. It's about sustaining drives, keeping the chains moving, and putting the team in scoring position. Special teams also come into play. Daniel Carlson has been remarkably reliable in games against the Chargers at Allegiant Stadium. His ability to consistently convert field goals and extra points keeps the Raiders in striking distance and adds an often overlooked layer of confidence for the offense. When you know your kicker can consistently make the plays from all ranges, it changes how the team approaches fourth downs, red zone situations, and even clock management. Carlson's performance tonight could be a small detail that makes a huge difference in a tight game. On the other side of the ball, you can't ignore the impact of key Chargers players like Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert. Allen is a go-to target, and any weakness in the Raiders' secondary, especially in coverage matchups around the nickel corner, could lead to big gains. Herbert, meanwhile, is a threat both in the air and on the ground. For the Raiders, generating pressure, disguising coverages, and forcing him into uncomfortable situations could be pivotal in deciding the outcome. Turnovers, sacks, and key defensive stops will all matter just as much as offensive fireworks in determining who walks away with the win. And then there's the atmosphere. Allegiant Stadium is going to be rocking tonight. With 86% of the crowd expected to be Raiders fans, the energy will be palpable. The home field advantage isn't just psychological. It affects communication, cadence, and momentum. Players feed off the crowd. And when the stadium is alive with every big play, it can create an edge that's hard to quantify, but impossible to ignore. Expect noise, expect intensity, and expect the kind of environment that elevates home players while rattling visitors. The storylines add even more spice to the matchup. Pete Carroll celebrating a milestone birthday, aiming for a better career record against Jim Harbaugh. The Raiders trying to establish dominance in early season games, and both teams undefeated entering this matchup. Every snap carries significance. Every play could become a highlight, and every mistake is magnified. It's a stage set for memorable moments, for highlight reel plays, and for the kind of tension that makes Monday Night Football so special. At the end of the day, it's about execution, preparation, and taking advantage of opportunities. The Raiders know what they're capable of, and the Chargers know they need to respond. It's going to be a game that tests quarterbacks, receivers, linemen, and defensive units alike. It's a game where momentum swings can be dramatic, where a single play can turn the tide, and where the energy from the stands can feel like an extra player on the field. The potential for a high-scoring affair, combined with the strategic matchups, makes this one of the most compelling games of the young NFL season. Now, let's dive even deeper into what makes tonight's matchup so fascinating, because it's not just about the scoreboard. It's about how the game will unfold play by play. The Raiders' offensive strategy is going to revolve around balance, misdirection, and keeping the Chargers guessing. You've got Geno Smith at the helm, someone who can read defenses quickly, move the ball downfield, and make adjustments on the fly. The Chargers' defensive front is formidable. They've got pass rushers who can collapse the pocket in an instant, but the Raiders have been practicing solutions to counteract that. Quick releases, screens, and design rollouts are all on the table, and when executed properly, they can neutralize the speed and power that Los Angeles brings. It's going to come down to execution and timing, because even the best game plan in the world won't work if it isn't executed with precision. The receiving core is a huge part of this story. Ashton Gentry is going to be tested right out of the gate. He's agile, he can create separation, and tonight, the coaching staff is likely to design plays that put him in space where he can use his speed and vision. The Chargers thrive on press coverage, but when Gentry gets out in open field, he's dangerous. Every yard he gains is a building block that keeps the chains moving and sets up opportunities for the running game. Speaking of which, the running backs will need to step up as well. Running against a defensive line that can dominate the line of scrimmage requires patience, vision, and physicality. When the Raiders can mix the run with play-action passes, it forces the defense to hesitate, opens up lanes, and creates explosive possibilities. The balance between pass and run is not just a tactical decision. It's a psychological battle. Keep the defense guessing, and the Raiders have a much higher chance of pulling out a close win. Geno Smith's role cannot be overstated. This is a quarterback who has proven himself under pressure, someone who thrives indoors, and now he has the perfect environment to showcase his talents. The dome amplifies his precision, his timing, and the overall chemistry with his receivers. Smith has the ability to stretch the field vertically, hit tight windows, and make defenders pay for mistakes. But it's not just about throwing the ball. It's about understanding when to escape pressure, when to check down, and when to take calculated risks. That decision-making under fire is what separates a good quarterback from an elite one. And tonight, Smith is going to have to be at the top of his game because the Chargers will bring relentless pressure at key moments. Every blitz, every disguise coverage is a challenge he must read correctly. One misstep, and the momentum swings immediately. One perfect play, and the Raiders could be setting the tone for the rest of the season. Then there's JAKOBI MEYERS, a receiver who has shown he can be reliable in high-pressure situations. He's going to need to capitalize on the opportunities the offense creates, fight for contested catches, and maintain focus even when defenders are physical and aggressive. Myers' ability to sustain drives and gain crucial yards after the catch is vital. When he's targeted consistently, it forces the Chargers to commit more attention to him, which in turn opens up other avenues for the Raiders to exploit. Every catch he makes is a domino in the bigger picture of controlling the game and establishing offensive rhythm. On the defensive side, the Raiders have to be strategic. Keenan Allen is a weapon for the Chargers, capable of creating separation against almost any corner. Coverage schemes will be tested, particularly in nickel situations where matchups can be exploited. The Raiders' secondary must stay disciplined, anticipate route combinations, and react quickly to any misdirection. Justin Herbert is another focal point. The Chargers' quarterback is mobile, accurate, and capable of explosive plays, so the Raiders' defensive front must generate pressure without overcommitting, maintain proper leverage, and force him into uncomfortable decisions. Turnovers, sacks, and timely stops are going to be crucial components of keeping this game within reach. Special teams, as always, could tip the scales in subtle but meaningful ways. Daniel Carlson's consistency as a kicker is a hidden advantage. In a game that is projected to be high-scoring and potentially come down to a field goal or two, knowing you have a kicker who can reliably convert under pressure is invaluable. Every successful kick not only adds points to the board, but reinforces confidence for the offense and the coaching staff. The ability to trust in these small but critical details often separates close victories from narrow defeats. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. It seems the Raiders' offseason is heating up in ways no one saw coming. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, but sources now insist it's official. JAKOBI MEYERS is reportedly set to join the Las Vegas Raiders. While the team has yet to release a formal statement, insiders claim the deal is done, and fans are already buzzing about what this could mean for the franchise's offensive lineup. Myers, known for his sharp route running and dependable hands, has quietly developed a reputation as one of the league's most reliable receivers. Over the past few seasons, he has consistently put up solid numbers, often turning what appeared to be modest opportunities into game-changing plays. The Raiders, whose receiving core has struggled to find consistency, could see Myers as the missing piece in their aerial attack. If the whispers are true, his presence could dramatically shift the balance in the AFC West, giving Las Vegas yet another weapon to challenge the division's heavyweights. Of course, with any move this sudden, speculation runs rampant. Some analysts question how Myers will fit alongside the team's existing stars, while others speculate that his arrival could spark a domino effect of additional trades or signings. Fans, meanwhile, are already taking to social media, debating jersey sales and fantasy football implications, and imagining the highlight reels Myers could produce in black and silver. No contract figures have been officially reported, but sources suggest both sides were motivated to get a deal done quickly. The Raiders, eager to make a splash this offseason, may have offered terms designed to lock Meyers in before other suitors could intervene. Meanwhile, Meyers' camp appears thrilled at the prospect of a fresh start in Las Vegas, where a more prominent role could showcase his skills on a bigger stage. While we wait for confirmation, the rumor itself has set the rumor mill ablaze. If Meyers really is headed to the Raiders, it could signal a bold new direction for the franchise and a tantalizing challenge for opponents in the years to come. For now, fans can only speculate, but one thing is certain. The chatter around JAKOBI Meyers and the Raiders isn't going away anytime soon. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.